What is going on, everybody? Brett here, and we're back for my Battle Brothers Beast and Exploration DLC Let's Play. Picking up where we left off last time? Nope, not at all. I went ahead off camera and did some more grinding, guys. That fight, I told you whether, I would either show it or not show it. I think it was right here. Ended up just being a ton of undead. There were some fallen heroes, some Geist, Necromancer, that whole deal. We killed them pretty successfully, and ended up taking a few measly contracts, got our gold situation back in a good place, and just finished, killing a bunch of greenskins and was getting ready to head back to Tarsdorf to collect a pretty fat 3,400 crowns. When I stumbled across this situation going on here, and I am going to get in the middle of it. 15 brigands, 15 goblin raiders, it should be pretty fun. Let me check my crew and make sure we're good to go. Lots of melee stuff going on here. Yeah, in the last episode we did some pretty cool stuff. My energy level was pretty low for that episode. I kind of wanted to apologize for that. But I'm back, I'm here, doing stuff, and I am ready to kill some goblins and brigands. So it's nighttime, which kind of sucks, but if we're disadvantaged, then so are they. They both have ranged. So let's get in there for a pretty cool, pretty epic sized four-way battle. We're obviously not going to be killing the garrison, of course, so it's more like a three-way battle. And it does suck that it's at night because we won't be able to flip and see anything. It's going to take us forever to get into to melee. So it added the knights and stuff to our side, which is cool. But I think if we didn't show up to this, there's a pretty decent chance that they would get overrun. It just kind of would depend on how the AI decides to team up. But we're going to send Lance way out, because I don't think the goblins and the brigands actually would work together. Pretty curious to see how they would end up fighting. But like I said, nighttime, we won't be able to see until we get like right on top of them. So let's inch forward and see what we can do. In situations like this, it's good just to keep an eye on the numbers. We've got 22 allies. Basically, that means 10 of them are still alive. It sounded like war dogs died. Hear lots of arrow fire going back and forth. But it doesn't sound like anyone's being hit. Okay, that was actually kind of weird. Alright, we see a poor dead armored war dog. Yeah, but if there's a knight on the field, we should be seeing some dead bodies pretty soon. I don't think there's anything on the other side of the battlefield that can take down an actual knight. Man, our lines of sight are pretty poor. I felt like we'd be able to see something like around here, but we just can't. And since it's nighttime, we don't have to fear their archers really at all. Might send Hondo up this way. We have enough guys. We have the front covered. Alright. So guys, I'm recording this the same morning that I'm going to be putting this out. For those of you in America, it's Super Bowl Sunday. Not sure how y'all feel about Super Bowl. I don't know how much of my viewership at this point is European versus American. Seems like it's a decent mix. I'm curious if people in Europe are interested at all in the Super Bowl. I'm in America and I'm not all that interested in the Super Bowl. I'm just curious how hyped people over there get for American sports. I would understand if it was a lot or not at all. So it doesn't look like there's any point in sending Hondo up this way. I don't know where the goblins have gone. I would be interested to know if maybe they just like straight up are running off the battlefield right now. Because I was hoping for like an epic battle, and instead it looks like an epic retreat. We're almost helping. Alright, they put us in combat. Nice. Alright. Step forward, step forward, step forward. Yeah, this isn't super exciting, guys. Sorry about that. Thought for sure we could get into some kind of action. But if the goblins are running, we just can't catch them. Or maybe they're just up here fighting like the other half of this force. That would make sense as well. Okay, someone on our side died. The big thing for us here is we're trying to get these kills, not give them to the AI. Alright, we can see Sir Liberict. And there we kind of gave it to the AI. See if we can help him out. In the net, he's not going to have a good time. Nice. We're in and amongst the archers. Wow, he broke free and just like wrecked some poor dude. Can we help him? Yes, we can. That was a little Bob the Builder meme for you guys. Where are those goblins? We can hear them. They must be like fighting. Is it possible they're like on this side of the battlefield or like way up here? I don't know. Seems to me like they're up here somewhere. We can kind of hear them and kind of see their animations in the dark. Huh. So these are definitely goblins. I think the goblins are like right here. Yeah, you're done. One of the things I'm always wondering about is whether or not if one of these dudes die, if we can step over them and take their stuff. I don't think we can. Alright. So that freed us up to take this shot. Ah, if we had gotten it, we probably would have gotten the kill. Which means we would have gotten the stuff. We're so close to being in combat for real. Alright, dude in the bushes. So, off camera guys, like I said, I was trying to find more Necrosavant fights. Make a little bit of money. Of course he takes that kill from us. Make a little bit of money. Put our company in a much better situation. So that we could continue adventuring instead of having to rely on contracts. And I didn't want, all that easy grinding to be done on camera. I actually took some pretty decent fights. It wasn't all, easy fights, but I took down almost 30 or so spiders, which I feel like I haven't fought in a long time. And it was in an open battle at night, and it was pretty epic. They just kind of surrounded us, and we mowed them down. But, you know, it's not anything we haven't shown on the channel before. I'm trying to get us into the quests and into doing interesting things like these kind of huge three-way battles. It's a pretty viable strategy in this game, or at least it used to be, to pull very large, scary groups of enemies into battle with other groups. And this is kind of like practice for that. There could be a point, hopefully later in the game, where we find a scary group of enemies that wants to chase us. Our problem right now is we're kind of so strong that most enemies in the game won't chase us. We'll take that shot because he's not our guy. We don't really care if we hit him or not. But like, we'd have to find a pretty powerful and scary group that's willing to chase us. Like those 9 Unhold. That we found in a past episode. I was actually surprised when they chased us, but that kind of lets you know where you're at on the power level in the game. But the idea is basically we can take a group of Unhold that are willing to follow us and drag them, of course, into combat with, you know, into the Black Monolith with us, and let, you know, 9 Unhold duke it out with a bunch of Honor Guard and Legionnaires and stuff like that. And all the other crazy stuff that's in there. So we're kind of frontlining. We're mixed in with the footmen now, helping them out. I think it's our best bet. They've been cut down quite a bit since we started. Yeah, Ivar is probably in the roughest shape just because he's on the edge of the formation, but if we can get a kill or two, we should be fine. Their morale is super high because they've been getting kills. Okay, that's an okay push. Oh, nice hit. I want to get something for this fight. Because we probably could have easily let these 2 groups kill these guys and then cleaned up the scraps. Oh man. Well, that's Indomitable. Good bill hook. Alright, not bad. I'll take any kill I can get at this point, and now we've lined up a split. We get one of them. $16 left, which is interesting because I don't really see that many. There've got to be a ton of archers and bushers hanging around. Just don't take my kill, man. There we go. Alright. Well, my mouse is still acting up from yesterday. Okay, we found them, but we can't quite close the distance. Man, if I have to buy a new mouse, that'll be pretty unfortunate. I just picked this one up not that long ago. It's a super cheap mouse, it's just annoying to have to buy more. Yeah, we Indomitable on Ivar to protect us from the piercing damage that those pikes, these daggers, and all these type of goblin weapons can do. But they've just been hitting our armor, which is good, but it kind of made our Indomitable useless. Oh, you done messed up. Get behind a shield. Alright. Oh, didn't even see this guy. Was he in a bush? Or did I just miss him? Probably just missed him. I was hoping to jump in here and block that. Definitely would not have moved that way had I seen him. Almost did it again. Not going to do that again. Dang, may have been able to jump up. Perfect. Let's see what we can see. Yeah, we found him. Okay. See, I was kind of fanning out to see where I might be able to catch him. And we caught him. Yeah, we got to make this fight worth it. Just like in the last episode, pretty much taking every fight we can. Trying to pick up as much junk as we can get our hands on. That way we can sell it. Made a fortune doing a bunch of fights and picking up a lot of actual treasure. Really valuable loot, and then selling it at Grafenhaven, which was being raided by the Greenskins and also had ambush supply lines. So the prices there, if you're going by like our classic shield method, I think the prices there were like 21 gold for a shield. So it ended up being pretty lucrative, which is why we're up to, 16,000 something right now, if you were wondering. Plus we've done quite a few, decent contracts as well. Taking all my kills, man. Can we get this? Well, I'm glad I'm not trying to play like Heroes of the Storm or something today, because my mouse is jacked up. You can see it's kind of like glitching around. Perfect. Alright, let's get out of here. Maybe Varandox can smash that dude. Kinda. Perfect. And if we can lock them both down, that would be great. But the odds of that are pretty low. We should probably just come up here with Lance. As you've seen like throughout the course of this battle, most goblins have footwork, which lets them just kind of leave your zone of control whenever they would like. And he's on the low ground against these like piercing weapons, which sucks. But he was able to avoid that. That is a unique heater shield. It's the one on like the loading screen of the game, or the menu screen. So he's got some pretty sweet defensive stats. And that is Sir Chris. I think he's a tank anyway. His melee defense and stuff came out really nice when we were building him. So I want to say also, guys, I noticed I've got quite a few more subscribers. And if you're subscribing because you love the Battle Brothers content, and you haven't, given me a name and a title for one of our brothers, you should think about doing that. It can really be just about anything. If you just want it to be like your screen name or whatever, I can tweak it a little bit, make it something cool. Because we still have quite a few brothers on our team right now who are not named. So just throwing that out there for any of you who are interested in that. Because we've taken pretty good care of our brothers over the course of this playthrough. I think everyone we've named is actually still alive. Which is kind of amazing. I think we lost one named brother early on and ended up, renaming for another brother. So Varandox is leveled. And no amazing loot, but we're covering all our losses here, and we'll be able to sell this stuff once we make it into Tarsdorf. So cool little fight there. Kind of wish I could finish off that garrison, and nobody would ever know. See what kind of armor that knight was wearing. Might be some stuff that I like. I don't know. You'll see a lot of these battles here. This was from us. I mean, we fought battles all around here, and we got paid. More brigands. Oh, they have a leader. We'll pretty much take any brigand fight with the leader. because that sometimes means unique loot, whether it be armor or a weapon or a shield. It's worth it. And raiders drop some pretty valuable stuff. Well, that settles what I'm going to do with Lance now. Time to back him up. Should have backed him up before we got into the fight. There's no reason to have non-shield wielding bros in kind of a frontline vulnerable position like this. There's just no reason. Yeah, my mouse is really messing up. After I finish recording this, I might have to go get my old one. Okay. So what's he got? He's got... None of what I'm seeing right now is particularly special. A lot of times they'll be using something special, but you can't see it because they'll pretty much always have throwing weapons. So when he throws his axes, we should be able to see, what he's working with. We can back up with Lance a little bit, move forward with Chris. Now he's got a bit of cover, which is nice. And I think we'll throw up a shield wall, because the odds are pretty high they'll make it into combat with us soon. And we can go ahead and split here. My mouse will let me. Cool. I've been missing the old spear wall. It's indomitable just because we jumped into a fight without being able to swing first. I like that both of our dudes on our wings have indomitable. Chris and Lance have it. Oh god, that was bad. Well, he's running now. Ramen's got to get the heck out of here. I was about to say, hopefully he doesn't throw at Ramen and kill him, because that would be awful. We should be able to cover his retreat as well. Wow, that was pretty brutal. Yeah, and I mentioned we should be able to cover his retreat because I noticed this guy was headed down that way. Okay. If we can get these kills. Then we should free up Ramen to do basically whatever he needs to do to get out of there. Go hide in the bush. Oh, is he going to bleed out? He very well might. He's actually not doing great at all. Who has bandages? Okay, we'll use Verandox next turn to give him, to stop his bleeding, essentially. And yes, I know how awesome that was. It was pretty awesome. If we can make these crossbowmen not want to shoot at us, that would be great. Can we keep moving? We can. See what they do. Would not be surprised to see them run. Which means they won't be able to reload and shoot on the same turn. So he's got a winged mace, which is a good weapon, but it's not exactly like a unique or anything. Unless it's got some kind of unique pattern or something that I can't see right now. We just need to make sure we don't accidentally, like, pass with Verandox back here. He only seemed to have lost 1 HP though. Not sure if we need to use the bandage. I could have sworn it was 5 HP when you're bleeding. But there's no point in risking it. We're not gonna ever risk a brother for like a couple crowns worth of a bandage. It's not a thing we're gonna do. We just need to remember to pull him out before our next combat, that's for sure. Okay. Yeah, and I was going to cast some Total War Warhammer today, but man, I can't imagine trying to like zoom in and out of combat and show a bunch of stuff when my mouse isn't working right. It'd probably make people sick. Give me the kill. Yeah, I had the same mouse for a long time. I had an old like Logitech. It's like a Bluetooth mouse, but it didn't need, you know, like a USB port to plug anything in. And I think I had that thing for like 10 years. It was a solid mouse. But after a while, it started having like software issues. It would like give up on me. It's like basically if you hit it, it would work again, which is not how electronics are supposed to work. That's some like old Happy Days, the Fonz type stuff. So I decided, you know what, time for a new mouse. And then, like I said, just yesterday, my kids had like a play date, and we're running around like crazy people, and probably destroyed my mouse. Alright, we picked up the Winged Mace, which is an expensive item. So we're going to repair it for sure. And anything else worth repairing before we get back? This is better than what Willem the Pimp is currently wearing. So are these. We should probably just put one of these on him. Kind of trying to be mindful of his gear, because we do actually want to use him at some point. Probably as a polearm bro, or just a straight up long axe bro. But just as we did for a lot of our brothers, we're going to make sure that we give him the best chance to survive by using him with a one-handed weapon and shield early on until he gets some levels. More brigands? Jesus. And once again, I feel like I kind of have to take this fight just because it's such free experience. It's free loot. And we're leveling our bros up, which you can't complain about. Trying to get our resolve up to about 60 on everyone. Okay, you gotta come out, buddy. And we can put in, looks like Edgel's ready to go. And Edgel needs something. Can have the Falcon. And Lance is hurt. Lance is a little bit hurt. Sir Steinhardt's still recovering, but he's almost finished. We can pull him back into the fight. I think that's fine. Anyone else? I think Giro is in reserve, and we want him in. We definitely want to be getting him levels. Check this out. Okay. Let's pull him in actually instead of Edgel, and we'll switch out their armors. Okay. And Steezy, we'd probably like to get him some levels. Same thing with Wolfgang here. Is there any space at all for Willem? We should make some space for him, because I think in the end he'll end up being a pretty good brother. Who do we take out for his first battle with some brigands? We have some space there for another item. Just give him some holy water. Get it out of our inventory. Who do we bring out? I think we can probably bring out Sir Chris, and then we should probably switch up their shields just to give them the best chance we can. And this isn't too bad for, you know, his first raider fight as far as gear goes. We definitely took on raiders with much worse stuff than this. Alright, Sir Steinhardt. You're back in action. Let's see what you can do. Well, he drew all of the archer fire for us, which is pretty great. And there are 2 long axes in this fight. If we could get both of these, we'd have a nice setup for Scrat killing. Wow, they really think they have the advantage. This is great. Well, we're going to move forward and show you guys what is up. Make sure we're covering our bros. That's a pretty scary weapon up there. Don't necessarily want to get hit with that. But we're moving into their archer's range. They've got to be feeling pretty uncomfortable. If they keep sitting back now, we can easily shoot them. Just need to bring up Raymond this turn. Alright, Steinhardt, you're getting in there. Oh man, I think you messed up. Okay, we still have shots with Raymond. If we can get lucky there, that would be sweet. Dang. One shot on him probably would have been enough to kind of guarantee that Hondo could take him out. But now we're in an awkward spot. Look at this guy with his little baby version of what the other guy's got. Steinhardt dodges everything just like he's supposed to. Yeah, in a fight with some greenskins, he took a lot of damage. No reason to let this dude with a big axe get anywhere near us. Alright. Probably step out here and smash this dude. Nice shot. And we will of course move forward with our guys that aren't currently covering an archer. I think we're probably fine to move forward here. Alright, let's see what we can do. And that's going to set almost all of them to routing. We should be able to get into the back lines before they're able to completely run. Especially if we can kind of kill off some of the forward place dudes, we won't have to worry about it. Alright, that's one extra lockdown. Alright, Willem. Now's your time. Perfect. This is exactly where we were trying to get. That sound. I don't know how he's gurgling so much with no head, but... Perfect. And that's everybody. I think everyone is locked down in combat with us. No one can run. And that should be that. Easy fight. Oh my god, this mouse. I apologize for this, guys. It's pretty annoying for me. I can only imagine what it's like watching my mouse like stutter around as I try to play. I'll fix it after this. After I'm done with this recording. So we got one of the long axes. Can't look a gift long axe in the mouth though. That's pretty good. That's probably not a real saying. Anything else we can toss? Because this stuff's not worthless. These knives are though. So there we go. Perfect. So an extra maybe 1,000 crowns or so before we head back into town. Excellent. So there are more contracts here, but like I said, we're trying to do stuff. Not just run around doing quests forever. And we can sell off a lot of this stuff. Just need to be careful I don't sell off any more of my long axes. The prices here aren't really that good, but we have a full inventory. We don't want to hold on to this stuff forever. So we're up, man, what a comeback. We're up over 21,000 right now. And we're probably going to buy a few more things if we can. They don't have any tools here. That's kind of a bummer. We could really use some tools. They don't really have anything here. It's kind of an awful place. So a patrol mission to where? To Brookstadt, Windvest, and Tarsdorf. Okay. Ramen the Stinky is demanding you pay him more, 38 crowns a day instead of the 30 crowns he earned so far, now that he has proven himself more than capable of fighting for the Sons of Verona. He's got a bit of a point, though you're not sure you're ready to hand the crowns quite over yet. When dudes start asking for more money, it's usually pretty bad. I think we have noblemen in our group. And noblemen often ask for more money when sellswords start getting greedy, or they demand to get paid more than sellswords. I've had that happen before. It's kind of an interesting dynamic between the different backgrounds. I'm not sure if I just start giving this guy more money. Obviously 8 crowns a day, it's like whatever. We don't really care if it makes him happy. But if it leads to, yeah, we'll give him a couple extra crowns. Ramen's been with us for a long time, but hopefully the rest of the group doesn't start asking for more money. It's not some kind of like cascading effect. So we took this quest because at the moment it's leading us back up north. We'll probably have to go back down south to turn it in, of course. But it's going to take us to different cities where we kind of wanted to go anyway. And we'll head up to Windfest, which is an actual place with real stuff for us to buy. And it shouldn't be that hard for us to find 25 heads to collect along the way. Especially if we kind of head out here into Kinmere. I wouldn't be surprised if there was something out here for us to do. I hope. Okay. Not quite. Well, we've got quite a few days to do it. We could always head into Windfest and then come up north to this area and see. Or get on the mountains for a second, see if there's anything over on the other side by Temple Grove. But anyway, let's get into here. They have safe roads. They should have some decent prices for us to buy things. And we pretty much just have to buy every set of tools that we can get our hands on at this point. Ammunition is super expensive. Provisions from them are super expensive. See what's in their armor. Okay, they have a coat of scales and they have a coat of plates. It's pretty nice. Any kind of like legendary loot in here? And the answer is no. So guys, I think I'm going to buy our second coat of plates. It's a bit expensive. It's about 1,000, maybe 1,500 more than I paid for the last one. But I think it's time we just kind of move on from like this Lamellar armor. Even if the game's not going to give it to us, we need to do it. So boom, bone plating, and now Steezy is pretty jacked. Yaku leveled. Yaku's big weakness. He needs fatigue, he needs resolve, and he needs melee attack. Or melee skill. So now the Sellsword's armor is up for grabs. It's a pretty good piece. Who should we give that to? Maybe Ivar. And that frees up a Lamellar harness, which is great. I'm sure someone in the front lines could use that. Yaku's already pretty burdened just from wearing this very light set of armor. Do something like this for the moment. Yeah, I like that. Someone needs to be wearing this. It's just a matter of who. How much better is this? This is 260 versus 245. Okay. I mean, I think most of our guys are pretty well set up at this point. It would really just be giving it to this dude so he'd have better armor and has a better chance of surviving. Maybe we can finally get rid of a male shirt that we've had forever. Yep, feels good to me. Alright, let's move on and hope to get paid from this contract. And also buy some guys drinks. So that's another big upgrade for our crew. Bone plating on a coat of plates is a pretty strong upgrade. Remember that the bone plating makes sure that every first hit in combat is essentially negated. Which sometimes is really, really good and sometimes is really bad. You know, if the first hit it would have done 5 armor damage, then it's not all that great, obviously. I think if you're going to like hedge your bets and you're not fighting like super top tier, you know, late game monsters and stuff, the 40, what is it, the heraldic shoulder plates are probably better. The Lindworm Scale Cloak obviously is better than these. It's 2 less fatigue, plus you get the bonus of the acidic, being immune to the acidic Lindworm blood. So I think this is probably one of the best attachments in the game. It's just a straight upgrade to this. But I think on average, the extra 40 durability is going to do more for you, especially on a brother that has, if we could check it out here. So Battleforge it reduces combat damage taken by a percentage equal to 5% of the current total armor value of both body and head armor. So the more armor that we have, so putting this up to 360 plus 300, and then you take 5%. So I mean that first damage almost doesn't matter who's hitting him. He's not going to take any damage. His Battleforged is going to absorb that almost guaranteed. And like I said, at that point it's probably better just to have the extra 40. But we'll end up with more coat of plates. We can customize them however we want. Just not quite right now. We should definitely buy some more. It's so expensive. Everything here is super expensive. Could probably get some more food though. I want to get back up to 7 days. There we go. And we haven't collected any heads, which is horrible. So we need to go out into the wilds and do that right now. And maybe we can make a bit of a trip out of it. So another brigand fight with some leaders. We'll take it. Oh, and I wanted to tell you guys it was a miracle. More brigands? 2 identical battles here. But it was a miracle. I took a fight on a hill, and it gave me some of the hill. It was amazing. I was in shock. In my fight against the undead, the game didn't absolutely just like decide to screw me over. So this guy here has a decent set of armor, a decent helmet, a noble sword, and a cool looking heater shield. Interesting. I don't think he's got anything unique. I think that's a common shield. But, you know, even now, they still gave them the hill position. It just didn't put us on a downward slope, which is nice for once. We're going to try and step forward here. Good shots. Would not be surprised if they don't want to move. They have a lot of archers. But we're going to make a move. Yeah, we could step forward quite a bit. May have been better to leave him back. If they step forward, it's not going to be great. And we have to remember that this guy is not Sir Chris the Realist. He looks like him a little bit, but he's not him. Alright, the javelins come out. I'm going to move him down just to make room for somebody else here. And we should be able to lunge. God, that's beautiful. Every time. And we'll wait. Yeah, I was expecting that. Seriously, though? Man, you stepped up on him? That was brave. We may still have another attack in us on Sir Steinhardt. If we could kill this dude, that would be great. Because now there's nothing stopping us from advancing. Lance should absolutely crush this dude. And then we can close the distance with Casper the Cut Purse. Wow, lucky shot. I took it and we nailed it. Alright, that was easy. Thank you, Lance. And we're going to get up on this high ground. Use Indomitable. Perfect. Arazel is one of our bros we know we can take being in that kind of a heated position. Alright, let's put that shield up. Can we get back there? We can. We shut down one of the archers. No, that's everybody. We've shut down everybody. Awesome. Unless he pushes us off, in which case his archer is free to shoot again. Let's see if he gets any lucky shots. Nope. Newfound freedom. He uses it to run away. Can't say that I blame him. How on earth can we attack this dude? How are we lunging here? Wow, that's probably not working as intended, if I'm being honest. We just like lunged at a dude 2 levels too high. Wow, that sucked. So the AI is making some good plays here. Let's get back up here. We smashed his armor, so we're probably not getting that, which kind of sucks. But when Lance is your go-to guy for killing bosses, you're probably not going to get anyone's armor. And Aracel is the one that has our unique Rondel dagger. Perfect. Varandoc should be able to tie that guy down. And let's hope we don't get pushed again. No, we can't. He's actually routing. So we're good. It's just be easy cleanup of 2 archers. And we're going to get 15 heads, which is about 1,500 gold for us. And we can call that good. Oh, I wanted to share with you guys also, I finally did go see Glass. And if you were wondering at all, it's awesome. It really expanded on the world that they built, you know, from Unbreakable 1 and onward, Split. I'm very excited to see what the future holds for it. I went into it expecting it to be kind of the 3rd movie in a trilogy, and that was going to be it. But I think they have more plans, you know, without spoiling anything, of course. I mean, I loved Unbreakable, you know, a long, long time ago whenever I first saw it as just kind of its standalone thing. I thought it was a unique concept. And I love M. Night Shyamalan movies. So we got a flat top. We can give that to Willem. It's cool. But yeah, guys, I would highly recommend, if you're on the fence at all, if you love that kind of movie, but you're just not sure whether or not it's worth seeing, I can tell you firsthand and for sure that it is. So, no worries. Interesting rolls here. Probably don't need to take a 4 in Resolve. He's got 3 stars in it, which means he's almost certainly going to get more over the course of time. This is a really good 3 roll in melee defense. I don't think we should pass that up. And Giro here is our Polar Master, who we're going to give Executioner to. 3 and 4, that feels pretty good. And we can take a 4 in Fatigue. It's a pretty sweet fatigue roll. I think we'll take it. He needs Resolve. He also needs HP to get him over that 71 mark so that he can't get one-shotted by anything. But that's just where he's at right now. Do we have anyone we need to take out or anything like that before I keep going? We did want to put that flat top, though. Right there. Not bad. 37 fatigue is about what you'd expect. And I like that shield a lot more. So there we go. And while we're doing nothing, we can repair the Noble Sword, because that'll be great to sell. And we should repair that long axe we picked up. That way it's in tip-top shape whenever we're ready to use it. Okay, good to go. Yeah, and even without getting kills, Willem is still getting like good passive experience from these fights. And this is going to be the 3rd Brigand Leader that we kill today. Not at all what I expected to be doing today. But we're kind of bringing our group back into balance. We're making our money back. We're getting some experience. Okay, what's this dude's name? Hurling the Knife. You better have a unique knife for me with a name like that. Better give me some legendary dagger or something. Always love it when my lone wolves start out on some high ground like that. They just look epic. Like, you really gonna come at this dude? Look at him. Look at that power stash. It's like, you're not coming at him. That is a man on a hill. One of my favorite things to do in the game. Jump out, get the kill, jump back. And we'll spear wall because for whatever reason they're going to come at us. And they're not going to have a good time. We can jump in here, split, jump right back. Jump in here. As long as we don't miss, we're fine. Wow. That was pretty brutal. And now we're going to use this as an opportunity to kind of escape with Lance. Get him into the back line, start causing trouble. And we'll shield wall here with Willem. He's definitely, in this type of gear, doesn't matter what level he is, he's more than a match for a guy with a spear. But we need to put him right here to help cover Giro from these crossbows. And the one thing we really, really don't want to do is let this guy escape. You know, we're probably not going to be taking shots at those two, so there's no problem in jumping forward. There we go. Use these four as usual as kind of almost like dogs to hunt down the routing elements. Alright. Good misses for us. And we're running close to an hour already, but that kind of sucks. I want to do something a bit more unique today. Wow, one shot and he wants to run. Man, I think if we'd have landed that, we probably would have just killed that dude. Can we catch anybody is the thing. Maybe not. Oh, that could have been Willem's first blood. Instead, now he's going to get hit on the head and die. Nope. Nope. So we really didn't want to let anyone run because we were hoping to get every single head that we could. But we only needed 10, and I think we'll have 10 pretty easily. 9 lives saved him, but now he's dead. We get an arming sword for our trouble, which isn't the best, but it isn't the worst. It's a couple 100 crowns. Can't be too greedy. Alright, and that should be it. It's over. Now we can go turn in, having made quite a nice profit on all of these fights. Not bad. And we were able to pick up another coat of plates as a decent upgrade for a member of our team. It's always nice to remember too that when you pick up a great upgrade like that, you're not just upgrading one guy, you're really kind of upgrading two. This guy wants us to go to Holnishvan. He's going to pay us a ton to do it, so if that's a place we wanted to go to, I think Holnishvan is right here. It's all the way at the bottom of the world. There is absolutely nothing for us down here, so we're not going to be doing that. That's for sure. This is the place we want to make it out to, the Rest. Is it Rest of No Return? It's a weird name. We want to make it out to there just because they almost certainly have Necrosavants for us to fight. I think we actually have enough supplies and things to get there comfortably. So you know what? Let's start walking. Let's just start walking. We have enough food. 7 days. We'll have enough tools. Actually, did we not empty? Oh my god, I didn't sell everything. That sucks. It was nighttime, didn't sell everything. That's a weird way to end the episode, guys. Sorry about that. We're going to have wasted a little bit of time. But I'm going to start walking out. And that way, in tomorrow's episode, we're not wasting time. They even have an extra contract for us. Wow, he wants us to go. This is perfect. I'm actually glad we came back. At any time. So he wants us to go east, which is where we're going anyway. If we see these enemies, we probably would have killed them no matter what. So that's perfect for us. He's probably just going to end up paying us to take fights we would have taken anyway, and to yeah, I mean he's going to pay us to travel. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. So once again, the prices here kind of suck, but we need to empty our inventory and be happy with it. Alright, is that all? Is that everything? Back up to 11k. That's good for traveling. And a little extra food, we should be good to go. I'll even buy these super expensive tools, just because we may end up needing a little bit of extra help. And of course, we're not going to bring Willem into any super dangerous fights with Necro Savants. That's for sure. And we are also on the path. So right now we have a lot of active kind of quests, so to speak. We're trying to... Wow, direwolves just come out of nowhere. Let's take this fight, guys. We can make this episode a bit longer. We have to kill beasts for this quest, and they just walked right in front of us. So we'll take out 10 direwolves. But our quest, so to speak, right now is that we can see the Black Monolith. I consider that a bit of a quest. That's something we're just constantly struggling to get stronger, so that we can confidently go into there without losing our entire team. I consider that probably is going to end up being the last thing we do in this game. Another quest we have is to clear out spaces, outposts I should say, for the Goblin City quest, so that we can go into there and start that fight. And we're just whiffing. So what happens when you start your archers in a hole? Feels pretty bad. And then we also have the quest, quote unquote, to like to collect the Shimmering Ashes, so that way we can turn them into the Crazy Swamp Witch, and she'll give us something. Who knows? She'll pay us a little bit, and I don't know if that'll be the last step in summoning the Kraken, or what happens at that point, if then the Kraken just kind of like spawns on the map and we can go and take the fight at a leisure, or if we should be expecting to take that fight as soon as it occurs as we turn in. I don't know, but I'll be saving the game for sure before we get to that point. So these are standard direwolves. These are not the frenzied version. They're not applying overwhelm to us. Yeah. The frenzied ones have like crazier looking faces. It's kind of how you can tell. But we would still love to get their pelts and make more stuff out of them. I think when it comes to just like pure bang for your buck, their pelts are just such good crafting items. And that's all of them. So that was easy. Easy way to end today's episode. Willem. I keep giving him all these opportunities to draw first blood, and he just can't do it. Should maybe have given him that noble sword as a first weapon. So we're getting some of their hearts, we're getting a couple pelts. Alright, so let me get these kills, and we are good to go. There we go. Varandox with the closer, and Willem levels up again. Arizal gets a level. That's pretty cool, and this is enough to make another direwolf pelt mantle, I guess they're called, or direwolf mantles. Direwolf pelt mantle. Okay, I was kind of like half right all over the place. Let's give him the Noble Sword for now, and we'll hold on to the hammer for him. And I think we're going to give him Colossus as a survivability opener. And we'll take a 4 here in fatigue, a 3 in HP, and a 5 in initiative. We're going to keep pumping this dude's initiative. I think in the end he's going to be in like medium to light armor, and we're going to take dodge on him. And he's probably going to end up being a polearm user, just like Gyro. But unlike Gyro, I don't think he's going to be able to use a crossbow. His stats are just like too low in that regard. But so they wanted us to go to fair range, which is exactly where we're going. Like I said, today's episode can be a bit longer. Oh God, what do we find? You come across a kid squatting beside a creek bed. He's using a stick to draw figures in the mud, little stick men with great horn helms and little uns besides them. Even the smaller figures appear well-armed and armored. Lance Glenfield Dragon Pounder asked the runt what exactly he's doing. Drawing the greenies. Been seeing them a lot, skittering and scattering the hills they are, like rats in an open pantry, my pa says. You ask where he lives. He points up the wooded slopes of a nearby hill. Yonder. Got a good view of what's coming. Suppose you will in time, too. An old man yells out for the kid and he obeys, dropping his tools. Atavistic artistry, and heading for the hill. Man, sometimes they use words in this game, and I'm just like, why? It gots to work. You fellas have fun, and don't step on my drawings. Now you realize the stick figures are orcs and goblins, but maybe the kid is just playing fancy. Okay, so earlier, when I was like recording a bit off screen, there was a bit of a quest. Ooh, maybe we pick this up tomorrow's episode. I think we also, it gets counted if we kill spiders as well towards our quest. So we might do that. 24 spiders is a kind of a fun fight. We haven't killed spiders on camera in a while, but I was going to say that there was a bit of an event that showed a guy like sitting against a wagon or something with his arms in his lap, like ripped apart from his body, arms in his lap, and it was implied that Greenskins had done it and there was some sort of great war coming. So it looks like the Greenskin incursion is headed our way, and that's fine with me. I can kill Greenskins all day long. So guys, without any further ado, thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Seems like we kind of did a bit of nothing, honestly, but we got our crowns in a good situation. We got a great upgrade for Lance. We now have 2 sets of these, very powerful sets of armor for 2 of our strongest brothers. And we're leveling up Willem. We should have leveled up Arazel as well, of course. Ooh, a bit of a sneeze there, sorry. But, yeah, I mean, we did things. We progressed in the kind of natural way that you do with Battle Brothers. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And we're trying to get paid while we do other things. And then I think at some point in tomorrow's episode, we're going to end up taking on Rest of No Return and hopefully getting some Necrosavant kills. If not, we do have another place which we can't see because we're currently being blocked by this contract up here. But there's a spot up here that we can go to that may or may not have Necrosavants if we want to adventure way out there, if we have the supplies. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. I will see you in the next one. Take care.